Hey, welcome to Mind Your Matters, and today we're going to be talking about chores. Yep. Chores for kids, chores for mom, chores for the family. So I hope that you can stick along with me. I do have some interesting takes on this because we don't do chores. Let me teach you what we do instead, and maybe it'll be something that you enjoy and want to implement into your family. So stay on with us. My name is Amanda Jane. Sorry I didn't introduce myself earlier. I have 4 kids, 8, 6, 4, and just turned 3 just the other day. So, my baby is getting so big. Okay, so I was asked by Kids Learning for Life to join in this collaboration talking about chores for kids, what we do in our family, what our family does to teach our children about chores, and to work with them as we're training them for life. So thank you so much for having me in this collaboration and letting me participate, because I actually had to think good and hard about this, and I'm really excited about the things we get to talk about. What is going on with our family not doing chores? Well, you could probably remember a video that I had in the past that I put out talking about trying to change our routines. That's key. We like to stick with the routines. A routine is going to get more done, and it's going to free up our life a little bit easier to be more flexible. Now, I do have a chore chart that is put up, but that's mostly for me. It's mostly for me to make sure that my kids are doing the sweeping of the floor or the wiping of the bathroom counters and things that I've trained them to do in the manner of cleaning, the things that we need to do for that. The reason we don't do chores is because I found they saw that chart and that was what they did. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But they would execute that chore chart, but they were not seeing other things. They were becoming blind to something that didn't give them a little amount of money back, give them a check mark on a chart, or a reward at the end of the week. Whatever we were doing at the time. We tried a couple different things. When it doesn't work, we'll change it up. You probably do the same thing. We found out that chore chart, the step-by-step things that they needed to do, their jurisdictions, their places that they needed to clean, tidy, or were responsible for, having that listed out wasn't really working for us. The reason we don't have those is it wasn't working. So what do we do instead is we are trying to train our children to be aware of their responsibility in the home, their responsibility as being part of the family. So I guess I could put it this way: seeing a need and filling that need. So seeing a need and filling that need instead of, that's not my plate to put away. That's not my piece of trash on the floor. It's not mine. I know your kids don't act like that, do they? I sometimes act like that. I'm an adult. Anyway, we all have our things we have to work through, so whatever. I want them to be trained to see a need. Mommy's struggling at the sink. Mommy's running around putting the cups onto the counter where they're supposed to be, or mommy's having a hard time collecting on the laundry that they didn't take care of. Sometimes mommy parents, we just get into the routine of getting it done and we don't ask our kids. I do it too. I just get into the rotation of doing something. And I want my children, which has happened often lately, to see a need. Mom, can I help you with that? Or Mom, I'll go get my laundry out of my room. And praise them and be thankful for their help, whatever little help it was a help to you. Even if it was just to help your heart to know that they notice you and your hard work. So I want them to be trained in that, the responsibility of being part of the family. Actually just talking to a friend who has children that are older than ours, and she was agreeing with me. She said, yes, we all need to work together in the household. If you've seen my videos on family management and scheduling and all of those things, I try to emphasize this. We are a unit. Our family is a unit that needs to work together. We're not always close, things happen, we're a real family just like yours, but we need to work together. We need to see a need and fill a need. Not that one person is doing all the work. Now we know, Mom, you do a lot of work. Dad, you do a lot of work too. These kids need to see you working and see you see a need, fill a need, but they need to do the same thing as well. So model what you want them to do. Often I don't speak, I just like to be quiet sometimes. I don't know that you probably wouldn't think that because I'm so chatty on the camera, but a lot of the time I like to be quiet and take things in and think and so on because there is so much going on in my day. I do have the 4 kids. I'm a stay-at-home, work-at-home mom, homeschool mom, and all those things. So there's a lot of noise and a lot of talking. So sometimes having a little quiet is great. So sometimes I don't speak the things that I want to happen or whatever, but I will try to communicate to my children, thank you for doing that, or that helped mommy, and all of those things. Or could you help me here? So if they don't see a need and fill a need, say, my kids don't notice. They love living in a mess. They're rolling around in it and they love it. You might have that situation. That's just fine. If you want to emphasize that it helps you, maybe they'll start seeing that I love my mommy, or I love my dad, I love my parents, I love my guardians, and I want to help them. And I see that it pleases them and it assists in them to be joyful and happy, and I can spend time with them if I'm doing this activity, that we're taking care of the things of the household, doing the dishes, putting them away, working together, working side by side. Now, you don't have to do that all the time, but it does help train them and also show them that positive reinforcement of we're working together, we're being together, we're taking part in this, and we're getting the job done. There is a duty to being helpful. We have a duty to perform when we are part of a family. We have responsibilities because we're part of that family unit. Yes, we need to pick up our own things, but we can also pick up brother's bowl. We can also pick up sister's spoon. We can also pick up that candy wrapper on the floor, even if it's not ours, because we're showing love and care and concern for each other, and that we're putting each other before ourselves. Now, it does get heavily weighted on some of the members of the family. We know that happens, but let's positively reinforce, let's train. If we do need to sit down and have a discussion, you're not pulling your weight around here. You're gonna walk the plank. Whatever. We need you to do better. It helps mommy when you do this. How about we focus on this now? Whatever you need to do. You're the parent, but maybe a chore chart is not the thing. Maybe a giant jurisdiction list is not the right thing. Or having that compare and meshed with this idea of let's see a need and fill a need. Even if they want to run and tell you, Mommy, I picked up sister's bowl, then thank you so much. That's fine. Take it. Take their bragging. Who cares? You're training them to see a need and fill a need and to help in the household. So we do have a morning routine. We do have a chore chart that's more for me. Instead of me wiping the bathroom down, it reminds me, yes, I know I can ask my son. Or the trash is overflowing. I can pull it out for him, or he can pull it out and he can put it away, my older son. And all that. They can do these things. They pulled out the toys, but I wasn't playing with those. I wasn't playing with those the whole time. He was playing with them too. It is life, and it's part of being part of this family. I need you, and it's obedience too. I need you to pick up those toys because Mommy said. And a lot of the time they just will with a happy heart, and sometimes they don't. We don't always do everything with a happy heart either as a parent, as adults. But to train them, even if they don't do it perfect every time, train them and work towards that is a good goal. It is a worthy goal to train them. So they need to pitch in. They need to help. They need to see the need. There is a routine of cleaning up. We eat meals, we put them in the plates, whatever, hopefully some goes in their bodies, and then we go ahead and clean them up and put them away and all the things, and sweeping under the table. And you could list a million zillion things that need to be done, and they're just routine. It's something they're used to. They know when there's a pile of laundry, wherever you put it, if you put it in a basket, you put it at the end of their bed, whatever, you can hand them a pile of socks. Go bring these to your sister's socks. Go put this in the hamper. Bring me a diaper, please. Those are the things that will help the family, and appreciate that. Thank you. You were so fast. Good job. All those things. You could do all those things. Everyone needs to hear some encouragement. Everyone needs to hear some appreciation. Give it out. And you're going to hear those little copies of what happens in the day. Those children are going to be repeating it back to you and filling up your cup with positive, kind, sweet words. And I know I fail at this a lot. But to focus on it and to keep trying and to keep trudging forward is my desire. For example of responsibilities that my older children have, they know, my son knows the trash is his responsibility. He needs to set it out on trash day on Wednesday. He needs to organize it, keep it up. In our garage, we have bins that are for the specific purposes, and we have a bin outside for the trash purpose, and he needs to keep that up during the week, and he needs to maintain it. Good overseer of that part. So that's very heavily on him, and he's 8 years old, and he's doing great at it, and I think that that is perfect for him as a chore. But I'd like to say more of a responsibility and duties that he is taking part as part of the family. Anyway, I don't know if you were watching this video to hopefully get a big old chore chart and a free printable and all the things to fix the problems with your kids maybe not wanting to help, being whiny, being fussy. That's not mine, that's someone else's. All those things you wanted like a fix. I don't know if I gave any fixes, but maybe I shine some light on something that could change and help your home. Maybe changing gears away from the checkable chore chart to a responsibility or duties, and working with your children, training them and responding with positive kindness and all of the good things. Thank you for helping me. Spending that one-on-one time while we work together and labor together in the things that the household needs. Training them in the responsibilities that they have as being a member of the household. We're all a family. Here in this home, we all have things. We all have our messes, other people's messes, mutual messes, and so on and so forth. But we need to see it as helps. We need to put each other before ourselves. We need to esteem others higher than ourselves. We need to do as the Bible teaches us, is to serve others, to do the hard things, to do the yucky things, to do the dirty laundry, to do the cleaning of the toilets, whatever. All of our children are at different levels, but that heart desire, that deep character that needs to be formed to serve and to do it in a good spirit to help the family see a need, fill a need. So hopefully that this shines some light on something that might help your family with chores and a perspective of it that we don't want to miss out. Checking a box is great. Absolutely. Let's get the jobs done. I am completely for that. But let's not miss out on the fact that we want to train our children to be proactive, to go ahead and be ahead of the game, to see a need, to fill the need, to see what's going on and how they can help fix it. That is going to help them in life so much more. So thank you so much for joining me. So we don't do chores. We do life. We do responsibilities and duties, and we try to serve our family. We try to serve each other in our household. So thank you for being here on Mind Your Matters, and I hope that this video was a blessing to you. If it was, and it deserves a thumbs up, if you go ahead and do that, that would be a blessing to me, and it lets me know you enjoy this content and that this video is a help to you. Leave a comment and all of the things. And also, if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and become part of the Mind Your Matters family. Thank you for joining me here on Mind Your Matters, where we desire to mind our matters. We have more capacity for what matters, which is training our children, loving God, and serving Jesus. Thank you for joining me here today, and I hope that you have a blessed day. We'll see you later. Bye.